Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Gemini today. Ouch. So Gemini, we are going to be doing a reading based on the Chariot card, seeing as we are in Cancer season, okay? So this Chariot reading is going to focus on where you are going, where you're headed, where you're headed right now in any kind of project or, just personal movement forward. And I'm lighting Palo Santo here, cleansing the space and cleansing the cards, okay? Now, we're going to be looking at what your strengths are, what protects you, like the actual carriage of the chariot. The two rear wheels are going to stand for the two past influences that can be driving you forward, right? And then we'll look at your crest, like how your reputation precedes you, how it is that you are showing up, what you show everybody as you're moving forward. And then the front the front two sphinxes are going to be guiding energies, the energies that are pulling you forward. And a lot of times we can see how these energies are in harmony with one another and how they might be out of sync with one another. And so through the reading, we'll discuss how if they appear to be like opposing energies, like how you may be able to bring those things together in order to move forward in a more direct way. Because that's also the energy of the chariot, is we could be getting pulled in a couple of different directions. And, we want to basically be able to wrangle these sphinxes so that we can find a direct path, not be pulled off course, as it were. And then we'll pull an outcome card for you, okay? Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get this reading started for you, Gemini. And I'm pretty happy and excited to be back. Like, I hadn't posted any videos or done any videos for like a week. Okay, so then we have the Chariot card as the significator, and I'll just be putting that right up here at the top of the reading, okay? But yeah, no, I'm happy to be posting again. It's been a little bit crazy with like the kids getting out of school and then just beginning the whole summertime and other obligations, and then there was the holiday and stuff. So yeah, but now I am back and I'm happy to be so. Okay. And you guys, if you could please hit the like button, that helps circulate the channel. Leave a comment of any kind. My aim is to have the reading resonate with you, but if it doesn't, which it might not, and that's okay, go ahead and check your other placements. And still like the video, because the thing is that it'll circulate it more, and somebody else who may need to hear the message can come across it a lot easier, all right? So thank you for that, because this is an energy exchange here, and I'm providing readings on YouTube for free because I really love sharing it. It's a fun practice for me. And it would be nice to have more people see the messages and to have the channel grow. Like, I really want the channel to grow. I think that would be really fun. But I'm also enjoying it as I do it, and it's an interesting balance in the kind of goal. I mean, as we're talking about the chariot and what moves us forward and what we want to accomplish and goals and things like that, it's like, yeah, I would love the channel to grow, but I'm also like really delighted when it reaches, any one of you and you guys are able to, leave a comment and say, oh gosh, yeah, that really resonated because X, Y, and Z. And I don't know, I just really love connecting with my viewers. So thank you guys, for any returning viewers especially. Thank you. And welcome to the new ones. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling and I will get on with Gemini's reading, okay? Okay, I would like to respectfully and graciously invite Spirit in at this time and humbly request a message for Gemini and their this Cancer season. I'm requesting a message for them for their greatest and highest good and where they are headed right now. Thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. This is for Gemini. Okay, in the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Six of Pentacles. So, you know, you could be in a position right now where you are helping others or others are you're helping others or you need help from other people. This could also indicate an equal give and take of energies. It can also really represent the mundane, everyday tasks that we share with other people. Okay, and like kind of like pulling our own weight. Okay, so let's get into the reading. Okay. All right. So what is your strength right now? You have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning. Things are changing. So this is exciting because, you know, when we have the Chariot energy and we're moving forward, it's like, yeah, like something is rolling, like the wheel is turning, right? So this is exciting. You could be also experiencing recurring patterns. So maybe you're coming out of a cycle or you're paying attention and you might be heading into another cycle at this time, okay? So that's important energy to pay attention to. And another thing with the wheel, it's really the wheel of karma, right? And not just like immediate retribution, which is often misunderstood about karma, but you know, we make our choices and we get clearer, right? And are we making choices and seeing the same results? If we're pursuing a goal and we're moving forward in the Chariot energy, are we making the same decisions that land us in the same place? Do we want to be in the same place? Are we trying to get somewhere different, but we keep winding up like back where we were? And so this can be an invitation to reflect on the choices that you make, okay? When it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, where are you headed? What's destined? What's coming towards you also? You know, it's really big energy having to do with life path, in addition to the Chariot card as well, right? Okay, so that's your strength right now. An invitation to pay attention to all those things. The outer Chariot, what is protecting you? The moon is protecting you. So, you know, on its surface, we could say, well, we don't know because we can't really see. But what we can also say is, yeah, there are things and energies that are happening on the unconscious level for you right now that are really protecting you. And so I'm thinking that combine that energy with the Wheel of Fortune, and that really does fall right in alignment with, you know, paying attention to the things that we do have awareness about. What does that bring us, right? What do our choices say? What do we get from the choices we make? We make our choices and we get clearer, okay? And, you know, with the moon as your protection, right now there could be things that are happening on an energetic level on an unconscious level for you that is protecting you right now. Like maybe this is the tarot saying, well, you don't need to know what's protecting you, but just know that you are protected. We'll see as we get into it, okay? Now, the two energies that are past energies, past influences that are moving you forward, propelling you forward, we have the King of Wands and we have the Tower. Okay, so something has fallen here, right? Something has come down. And that, you know, the King of Wands, that could be somebody that you're connected to who's like a fire sign, okay? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But the thing is, these past influences is like something came down and needed to be started anew. Okay, the foundation was not strong, so it needed to come down. And now with this King of Wands energy, something could have come down with that King of Wands if they're a counterpart to you, or you could have some placements, some fire placements in your chart, and you could have been getting in touch with what it meant for your own leadership energy, your own kind of rock star energy, so to speak. You know, this drive and verve and passion and fire and action, right? So in the past, that energy that you carried could have brought something down, or something came down with this counterpart, somebody who was that in your life. Okay, and we'll see as we clarify. Now, what is your crest? What is it that you're showing the world as you move forward in this Chariot energy? Okay, with all of these aspects combined, what is it that people can see? Okay, and people can see the Eight of Pentacles in you. So you're working hard. You're developing a sense of mastery, practicing this craft, practicing your craft, whatever it is, and that is what you're showing everybody. So that's really exciting. Like perhaps, since that's something that everybody can see, maybe you also have a channel on YouTube, or there's something on social media that you broadcast and put out there to everybody, you know, or your actual job, like, you know, if it's not online with any kind of audience, you could have a very visible, like maybe your job requires you to be seen on some level, okay, even if it's just like at work. So you very well could be a boss, you could be a leader, a mentor on some level in your work. Okay. But people see you as working, and people see you as very skilled, very grounded, very dedicated, very capable. So that's really strong energy. Like if I were to have a crest, I'd want it to be the Eight of Pentacles. You know, I mean, it's like, that's such baller energy right there. It's like, yeah, you're doing the thing and you're doing it well. It's awesome. All right. So let's look at where you're headed. What's this future kind of forward movement energies? What's propelling you forward, okay? Like, what are your two sphinxes? We have the Hermit and we have the King, or the Queen of Wands. Okay, so in this deck, this is the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorites. It comes with many different court cards, like for the same suit. So you have a couple options. And like, even though this says King, I chose this to be my Queen because I always say this whenever I get this card in a reading, because I can't stand it. I absolutely love this dress. And that rose behind her head, I'm like, she's so beautiful. I love her. Anyways, she's beautiful. Okay, so the thing is, you got the Queen of Wands and the Hermit, which is very interesting. Very interesting interplay of energies. And remember what I said at the beginning of the reading, it's like these energies could be in harmony or they could be at odds. And I would say that these two are a little bit at odds, because the Queen of Wands as the King of Wands. So this is really interesting too, right? With the Queen of Wands, it's like she's out there. She is seen, right? She is seen. She can also get a lot of attention. But she is somebody who is very comfortable in her own skin and is, willing to, march to the beat of her own drum, so to speak. As is the King of Wands here too, right? So he's beating a drum. Very unique energy, very attractive, charismatic, self-possessed. And so I really do get a sense of like you must be occupying some kind of leadership role. I get the sense that like you're a boss. You're a boss of some kind. Even though the Emperor isn't here, I wouldn't be surprised if it popped out, in the clarification. But the Hermit with the Queen of Wands, what that says to me immediately is balancing out your time. Because you could have because you do show up in a work capacity here. I would imagine that a lot of people need your attention, okay? And that can be very draining. Depending also if you're like lean more towards the introvert side of your, like if that's your common personhood, your character, like your energy, you're going to need to balance these two energies out, being able to take some time away from work and being able to still engage with work. And the way that these play in harmony with one another is the more you're able to take care of yourself, the more you're able to recharge your batteries and go inward and reflect on things, then the better you are able to show up for other people, especially in a leadership role. Okay. So the ultimate, the possible outcome here is the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups, it's like there's emotional stability, empathy, a lot of love, but this is also somebody who can keep their emotions in check. So there's a invitation here for being a leader in a leadership role, okay? And also maintaining calm in the storm, okay? And with the Six of Pentacles having it be kind of the overall energy, what that says to me is that you are coming together with other people and really learning how to, and not just learning how to because you have these skills already, but whenever we come together with a new group or any kind of other people, really, you may or may not know how to work with them yet, right? So say there are some people on your team that you're able to work with very well. Others you're like, we're still kind of negotiating. We're still kind of forming here. And then, Irvin Yalom's group work theory, forming, storming, and norming, right? So that, I believe, is the process that you're in right now. And that would make more sense with the moon because, if you're the boss, you're the leader, you're trying to come together with everybody, you're rebuilding anew. And what protects you? Okay. If you're the boss, if you're the leader, if you're the higher up, what's protecting you? Who's protecting you? What is this protection around you? How do people have your back? What has your back? You don't know that right now. So you probably, might have to rely on yourself in some way. But this is very big because you have, granted we have the Chariot out here as the significator, which is a major, but you also have the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the Tower, and the Hermit. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So those larger themes are what this reading is about for you, okay, right now. Something came down. I really do just get the sense that this moving forward, this chariot energy is taking you into a new place. It's familiar. You've done it before, but you could be doing this practicing this level of mastery and leadership somewhere else. Excuse me. Somewhere else, because the place where you were wasn't stable. It wasn't for you anymore. It had to come down. And that this past energy, I feel like, is informing your forward movement. And then when you find that you're kind of reflection, or you're feeling reflective in your forward movement, that's something that you remind yourself of, that you are headed in the right direction because of what came down back here. Okay? So let's get into some clarification. So I definitely just get the feeling that this is like a new job, that you have changed jobs, changed location, and that you are working in a leadership capacity, and you are coming together with new people and discovering and learning and trying to figure out how you're all going to work together like gears in a clock, right? And this is connected with making choices and getting clear. We're going to make choices in our new environment, and we're going to see how those land, not only for us, but for everybody else that we work with, right? Does a system, because a clock is a system, does this system work well? How does the system work together? Where are we finding, where does this person, where does this person's strengths shine? Where is this person maybe not the strongest person in that role? Stuff like that, right? Things that you would learn along the way as a new leader, as a new boss. And, ultimately finding in the finish, finding your equilibrium, finding your emotional balance here. Calming the storm in yourself and also the storm outside of yourself, but doing it with so much grace and familiarity, because kings, make no mistake, kings are at the end of the line, right? But they can also kind of feel like, oh, I've been doing this forever. Because whenever we get to the end, we come right back around to the beginning. So it's really interesting. I would wonder if some page energy will pop up here too, because if I'm getting the sense that this is leaving one place and starting over in another place, even though you are familiar with it, because you're taking your skill with you and your sense of mastery with you, it's still beginner energy if you're doing it somewhere else, brand new. So let's see. Ace of Pentacles and Strength on the split. Let's go ahead, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. This is in your strength. So you are of a really good mind, Gemini. Good communicator, very bright, very intelligent, always learning new things, absorbing new information. And so I would bet that all of that is such a strength for you in your decision making, in what you create in your life. There are things that we leave up to fate, but there are we co-create our reality, okay? By the choices that we make. Wheel of Fortune, we have Knight of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Justice card. Okay. So there was something here, you know, perhaps you were connecting with a Knight of Wands on some level. You were sharing your cup with another person, and there was a lot of libidinal energy there. And this libidinal energy, you know, with Justice here, this could be a part of finding fairness, finding balance. What are the new rules? What's the new structure? Finding peace and harmony and connection in these choices, in the way that things work together to find balance here. That is what is a part of your strength. Working with other people in a respectful, conscientious way in order to have fairness here. These are the choices that you have made that are in, that's your strength. Very fair. You carry a very fair energy about you. Diplomacy. Diplomacy. The Moon, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles and the Strength I showed you guys that on the split, and I never show the split, rarely ever. Isn't that a trip? Isn't that a trip? I love it when that happens. Okay, listen. What is protecting you? You, yourself, and you. Completely. I get the sense that, like, right now, there is a solo energy. Like, you've planted a new seed in a new place. And this took a lot of strength on your part, right? And, like, with the Nine of Pentacles here, like, I just feel like with all of these cards together, it's like you are fully moving forward in such an independent way, but it is so admirable, and it's so powerful. Just like the sense of independence and like really being in the driver's seat of your own, like you are the master and commander of your own ship completely. That's what I see. And the thing is that with the Moon, it's like, despite your capability in being able to be that person, your own person, you know, sometimes this can feel a little scary, I imagine, because you're kind of like, well, yeah, I can do this, and I have been doing it for a long time, and I'm like really capable, and sometimes I need others, you know, like with the Moon energy. You could also be, given that this is what's protecting you, this could be an invitation for you to open up a little bit more to other people, to let people in, right? You could be protecting yourself by keeping it close to the vest, as they say, because this is very strong independent energy, which is just like, I'm looking at this, I'm getting such a sense of like someone who's so sturdy and grounded, and like, it's like that can then lead everybody around you and yourself to believe, oh, I don't need anybody. I got this. And that's what could be protecting you. And there could be fear around vulnerability for that, with the moon, because the moon represents what isn't seen. The moon represents unconscious, also unconscious drives. Like, yeah, you got your shit together, man. Like with this independent energy, you're going for it. You're also a master at what you're doing, all the things. And this protects you, keeps you insular from letting others in. Why don't you want to let anybody else in? Oh, because that's scary. Right? I mean, I don't mean to oversimplify it, but it's like the way that these energies are kind of playing in and reading out. That's what it says to me. There could be, and you may or may not be aware of that. Maybe there's glimmers of it in your consciousness, like, when these issues come up, like if somebody tries to get in, if somebody tries to get close. Okay. And it's hard to, like, let's say, this being a work environment, you're in a leadership role. You got to be in a leadership role. You can't be like fraternizing too much with your team. You have to be professional. Balancing the professional and like the friendly and the approachable, because you also want your team to trust you. All right. So much fire energy. In the past energy, King of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, the Magician, and the Fool. And there's tons of majors here. So this Chariot that you're riding in right now, this forward movement in your life, I get the sense that you are still in process, but that like your Chariot, it has already arrived where it needs to arrive, but like the arrival wasn't even the end point. The arrival was also a part of the beginning. So like the departure can be the beginning, and then you're on your way, and then the arrival is also a beginning because you're starting over somewhere new. Like I'm just getting like a new place, a new space for you. Okay, so the leadership role in the past, like this King of Wands energy, passionate, action-oriented, getting shit done, all the things, right? The Fool, the Magician, and the Page of Wands. You wanted to start over somewhere new. That it was the impetus to move forward. Of course, this past energy, maybe you had begun, maybe you burnt out. You burnt yourself out where you were, right? You were like, I need a change. I'm ready for a change. The king needed to turn over, right? Needed to start over. And so there was a lot of like, I'm ready to go. I want to manifest this new beginning, and I really want to feel inspired again. And the king turned over to the page. Beginner energy, even in that mastery, even having come from a leadership space, starting over again. Beginner energy, manifesting that with the Magician and the Fool. Brand new cycle. Bing, bang, boom. Absolutely. What was this tower? It was a tower. Double tower. Shit blew up, man. Some shit blew up where you were. And this really, there was something about this energy that was a very strong reminder of some sort of past dynamic. something that was just like kept kind of repeating itself. And then you were like with the Eight of Cups. So you have the Tower, the Six of Cups, and the Eight of Cups clarifying the Tower. That tells me that this came down so hard. I would even wonder if you co-created the Tower. You're like, okay, well, I'm the one making this decision to leave, and I'm going to move forward, despite having a lot of memories here, maybe even some soul bonds, soul connections in this context. I have to walk away because I need to start something new because, despite there being a history here, I'm ready for new. Perhaps like I had said before, there could have been some sort of like dynamic, because with the Six of Cups, it's like there's a history there. There could have even been some nostalgia playing out for the place where you were going. Maybe you were going back to something from before. But whatever it was, this space that you were in, you got so incredibly clear that you were ready to go forward. You were ready to start over and to start anew. And not scrapping your skill set at all, but like taking your skill set and working that somewhere else. Yeah, moving forward, moving on. Moving forward, moving on. Yep. Eight of Pentacles, which is your crest, your mastery, your skill. That is what people see when they see you coming. Okay? That's what you're there for. That's where you're coming in for. Okay? Now, I feel like your inner experience of this. So the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So yeah, when we're starting over with our skill set in a new environment, we could feel, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's kind of like, okay, well, am I going to try all the same old things to get success, to get results? You could then step into that new place and, rely on some of rely on your mastery, but the things that are tried and true, right? And then you might find that it might not give you the same results because you're having to learn how to come together and work with a whole new team of people. Okay? And so you'll find some things that worked with your old team might not work as well with your new team, and some things that, it's like you're going to be trying out different things, right? You're finding your sea legs, basically. You're finding your sea legs. You're more than capable, but it always in a new environment, we're getting our bearings. And given that this is also here to speak to the Eight of Pentacles, you could be like, gosh, I've been doing this for years and years, and now here I am brand new starting over, and I feel like a newbie. Or maybe like why aren't these old things working out the way that I have always known them to be, right? Stuff like that. Because these are the skills that I have held on to forever and ever. Like, I know that these skills are really important to me, and I know that they work. Like, so there's this whole interplay of energy, not just with you coming together with a brand new team, but you working with yourself in this new setting as well. So it's like, yeah, you manifested beginner energy, even though you're not a beginner in this field at all. But whenever we do step into beginner energy, we get to have this interesting experience of feeling vulnerable and feeling worried and feeling insecure and then like battling with ourselves a bit because we're like, but why should I feel insecure? I'm a total badass at this, you know? So it's okay. It's okay. It's completely okay to have all that because it's all a part of it. It's all a part of it. I really like this reading. I just see like this whole process of, you know, of you guys, Gemini, right? Going through it and not going through it like in a gnarly hard way, but like, you know, finding balance along the way and having made this like very clear decision, very clear, you have a very good decision making center inside of you. It doesn't mean that you'll be without anxiety at some points, but, you know, by and large, like, you're a very, very, very strong individual. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a lot of fire or had a strong fire placement. Queen of Wands, clarified by the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, and the Judgment. So in what is pulling you forward, this Queen of Wands energy, right? Knowing your worth, feeling confident, really showing that. This says to me that, and I had just said, like, you have a very strong decision-making, like, skill set. And with the Judgment card to come out here, like, this decision was a life-changing decision. This Chariot, this movement that you made, life-changing, okay? And you made this life-changing decision in order to positively affect your stability. Like I get the sense that you moved. You moved, like literally geographically, okay? And this decision was not made all on your own. I think that you really called in the help of some trusted like mentors, you know, people that you're like, yeah, I can go and talk to this person and this will work. I get the sense that you also have a strong like inner spiritual component, you know? And given that the Hermit is here, that's your inner guru. And I feel that that's really something special in balancing these energies, in keeping you in the forward trajectory. Like, you know, on a very soul spiritual level, that this choice was for the better of your home, the betterment of your home and your stability, and even for any kind of future relationship or even a current relationship that you could be in. I mean, we do have this interesting Two of Cups here. I get that as being a diplomacy. Like, I'm not reading this at all as like a relationship reading, a relationship with like, you know, your person and this and that. This is a solo journey to a degree. You could have family that have come with. Well, no, perhaps, because I don't know. I feel like this is solo. There's something solo about this for sure. This could also really just be speaking about your inward, your solo process. Whether or not you have, you know, someone going with you or what, that's what I'm seeing. Because, you know, as a reader with the moon here protecting you, you're also not showing me everything, right? This moon here. Okay, so perhaps there was a lover that you left behind, or an ex-lover that you left behind, okay? Because the hermit energy, you know, consulting your own inner guru, moving forward, moving away from death, lovers, and Eight of Swords. So there was a strong soul bond of, you know, lover's energy that experienced a very final ending, okay? And this person, you know, despite this ending and this separation, there was something about this energy that still kept you in your head. Worries, imagined, you know, kind of like imaginary prisons, basically feeling stuck, like you couldn't move, like you couldn't make this move, okay? But you made the move anyway. And this is a part of what is pulling you forward, is getting out of this mental prison. You consulted your inner guru on this, and the inner guru is clear. In order to leave this fully behind, like not even just this person, it's like, I get the sense that this ended a long time ago. Just this stagnant residual bullshit energy, you know, maybe they were toxic on some level, I don't know. But this was the energy that you were having in the engaging with them, or you know, it's like totally go pre-verbal with that one. I just get this sense of like, I gotta get the fuck away from you. For real. Okay. And so I'll do the final outcome, but yeah, I mean, and then Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, moving away, moving forward to calmer waters, right? So there was an ending of a relationship here, and that was also the impetus for moving forward. And not just like, oh, I'm leaving, blah, 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 you know, because there was this breakup. It was something about the breakup, something about the energy. Like I get the sense that it was intense. There was an intensity to it. And it was just like, if I stay here, I can't. Right? I gotta move. Start over somewhere else. Okay, let's look at the outcome with the King of Cups. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. Okay, so for the potential outcome here, I see you holding steady in your emotional world, in your emotional space, because you're finding new ground here. And it seems to me that you have a very strong core. Like you have a very strong, sense of self. And so, you know, you're doing this, you're here, you're finding your emotional stability, like you're getting everything, because it's like, this is a process, you know, because you've moved forward, I get this, you moved jobs, moved locations, moved a physical move for sure. And then with the Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, there was some kind of revelation here, and this was communicated very swiftly. And that, I feel, is what broke this indecision. This is really interesting that this energy would show up in the outcome. Perhaps that's a part of the outcome. Coming to discover that you made the right decision because, there was like this Two of Swords, right? And then at the bottom we have Temperance. Temperance is deeply tied to our inner transformation. Something that changes our purpose, changes our shape, changes, a very deep personal change. So I get the sense that in these moments of emotional kind of like meditation, like really getting in touch with oneself, that you made the right decision because of this truth. Like this was your own personal truth, right? This was your own personal truth here. And you struggled with that. You struggled with this decision for a bit. But you decided to go for it anyway. Like, I mean, not even just anyway. It was just like, there isn't any way that you cannot do this. This passion, this idea, and this drive was so strong to move forward. It's almost like like yelling out your truth, like I'm not gonna simmer in this energy any longer. I know my inner truth and I need to go. And I'm communicating that. And I have communicated that loudly and clearly by the actions that I have taken. Standing very strong in your convictions, for sure, about the decision you've made. You know that this was the right one to make. For sure. Yeah. I love it when readings are like this because it just shows like one energy leading to the next, and it's just like it plays out in full-on alignment. And that's the energy that I'm getting from you, Gemini, through this reading, the Geminis that are resonating with this, that you were just so clear, so sturdy, grounded, and clear, especially after this big shakeup. Big shakeup happened. So much strength, so much like inner strength here is just tremendous. It's amazing. And it hasn't been easy at all. It hasn't been easy. But like, I just see a person that is so incredibly self-possessed. And not self-absorbed, self-possessed, which is very, very different. It's so much sturdier. It's so much, it's like, I really admire you, Gemini. I really do. It's beautiful. Okay, so I mean, truth be told, you could be dealing with any and all signs, astrological signs. It's not something I usually call out, but I can. You have Sagittarius for sure. You could have any fire sign, any water sign. Scorpio's here. Pisces is here. Libra, Virgo, Gemini. Let's see who else. And yeah, I mean the air signs for sure. You have some earth energy. Oh, Leo is here. Aries, Gemini again. Well, this is your reading, so you've shown up here twice. Taurus. Yeah. So many of you. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys for the tarot portion of the reading. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you. First one is Spirit of the Animals. Humpback Whale, Singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nice. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Very nice. I like that right here. Okay. And this is from the language of letting go. Confiding in a friend. Today I will remember that it's okay to talk about the issues that bother me. It is by sharing these concerns that I will move beyond them. I will trust myself to choose the best confidant possible, someone who will not use my disclosures against me and who will give me healthy feedback. I'm going to put this over the protection, the moon over here, because I talked a bit about that, about letting people in. And so it sounds like that really speaks to that, about having that discernment of like who you trust and like picking the one person that you can trust. So that's very helpful, because in very strong, independent energy. And this deck here is the surrender, the strength of surrendering. Oh, I forget what it's called, but it's a really nice deck. Oops, we'll choose that one. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. I'm going to put that over the Hermit here, in between the Hermit and this Nine of Swords. All right, and then I'll close it off with little flowers. Whoops. Plant Spirit Oracle. Chickweed, tolerance. Chickweed is tough and knows her power. She knows how to shine. Despite challenges and tough circumstances, when you need to make a difficult decision, chickweed will help strengthen your self-confidence and understanding so you can tap into your own inner wisdom with grace and compassion. Absolutely. That's like totally what this is all about, this whole reading. I'm going to put that over here with this Nine of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles and the Strength card right there. Okay, Gemini, that's what I have for you. I really hope that this reading resonated and helped in any way, and I will see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.